Harry was born a prince of the realm, and so whoever he marries is also a princess of the realm. Now, taking away those titles would only mean one thing, that you would only refer to him as Prince Harry, as we have for most of his life, and whoever he married would also be referred to as a princess, who has actually been ordained into the Church of England, whose job title is a princess of the realm. That's what Kate put on her children's birth certificates, and that is what is on Archie's birth certificate, a princess of the realm. That is her working job title while she was over there. Now, because she has stepped back away from duty, does that mean that Prince Harry is no longer prince? No, he's still a prince. The Duchess of Sussex has stepped back away from royal duty. Does that mean she's no longer a princess? No, she's still a princess. The fact that we call them the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, those are titles that were given to them upon marriage. And then, of course, it's rather grim to talk about that at this hour, but when the Queen passes away, automatically that is Duchess Meghan. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that they can pull, last minute to try to change that, but technically it is what it is. Princess Rachel Meghan Markle Mountbatten-Windsor. And of course, Prince Harry has always been a prince. This is what his birthright is. And now that he has a family and, of course, a wife that has been ordained as his wife, or now that they have been married and she's been baptized in the Church of England. So all of these things mean what? She's still a princess. And so people have told me, they said, oh, but she's not a princess. Or they'll tell me that she's no longer a duchess. She no longer has titles. People say this because they are trying to undermine her position. But I'd say this. She married into that family, and it is part of Harry's birthright. There is no moment, hour, second of the day that they are not going to be His and Her Royal Highness. They are still HRH. The only way that they could change that means that they have to do that through the Parliament, I believe. And if that happens, I would say that means that there's a precedent being set where you will have yet again a discrepancy in the way they're treating Harry and his wife compared to the rest of the family. So that being said, I know this doesn't mean a lot to most people, or maybe some people, but the point is, like it or not, that is Princess Meghan. When the Queen passes away, she's still Princess Meghan. Right now, she's a princess of the realm. The fact that we call her Duchess doesn't mean she's not a princess. That is her working job title. And even if she stepped away from her working duties, well, think about it like this. How long... I can't get through anything without being shady. How long did it take the Duchess of Cambridge to step up to her duties? Do you get what I'm saying? The Duchess of Sussex worked from day one. She didn't even have a honeymoon before she went to work. Whereas the other Duchess, the one that they always try to lift up by trying to tear down the Duchess of Sussex, it took her a month of Sundays before she ever started doing royal duty. And then even after that, you almost had to coax her into the kitchen with a pork chop smothered in gravy just to get her to do something. See what happens when I try to have a very serious conversation. But what I'm saying is the Duchess of Sussex is also a princess of the realm. So it says here, Meghan became a princess of the United Kingdom upon marriage to Prince Harry, entitled to the style of Royal Highness. After her marriage, she was styled Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. She also holds the titles of Countess of Dumbarton, and Baroness of Kilkeel. She is the first person to hold the title Duchess of Sussex, following the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's decision to step back from royal duties in 2020. The couple agreed not to use the style Royal Highness in practice, but still technically retain the style. So even though there's been all of this talk about whether or not the baby will be a prince or an HRH, what is a constant at this moment as I'm speaking to you is that Duchess of Sussex Meghan Markle is still a princess. I don't want to say why it's very important for me personally, but I will say this. It's important to the Sussexes, it's important to Harry, and it's important for his family. And so for that reason, I don't think that we should question it. We may never know why that's so important to them, because that is Harry's birthright. And I will follow their lead. When it's no longer important to the Sussexes, when it's no longer relevant to them, then I will never use it again. Just like I'm not in the habit of showing pictures of the children, especially if they're paparazzi photos. But even the ones that are authorized photos, I don't even feel good about using those photos. So I try to stay away from that. The other thing is, when and if they make the announcement that this is what you are supposed to refer to us, when they sign documents, or when they stop using terms like from the desk of the Duke and Duchess, or I'm sorry, from the office of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, as of course the Duchess signed her letter as ever, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Whenever they stop doing that, then that's when I'll stop. But until then, I have no reason to stop, because that's who they are. And so I'm not going to tell you why it's that important to me, but mostly because it's important to them, because it is part of their image. It's their style. And of course, that is their royal style, which means that's how you are supposed to refer to them. And so that's why I got very upset when I saw that reporter at the UN yell out a question to her. Instead of saying ma'am or sir to them, she just yells out this question. Whereas an American reporter at least had enough dignity and respect to say Madam Duchess. He didn't know exactly what to call her, so he used as much respect as he possibly could in that moment without anybody's guidance. He just said Madam Duchess, which of course is great because now we're calling her Madam Duchess. Sometimes the Sussexes are going to say and do things that will be very provocative, but they're not doing it or saying it just for the sake of stirring up some type of provocation or controversy. They are saying and doing these things because first and foremost, they are the right thing to do. And I trust them enough to know that they're doing what is right. And so I'm going to be right by them, and I am going to refer to them in the way that they are accustomed to, and of course in a way that is most respectful to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So when they decide that that's no longer who they are or how they want us to refer to them, although in most places they just want people to call them Harry and Meghan. They're not standing on ceremony. But in particular, when it comes to the media, show them the same respect that you will show any other member of that family. I feel like what they've gone through from the day that people knew that Harry was dating Meghan, when they had the engagement announcement, and up until the marriage and after the marriage, they have earned the right to be respected and referred to like any other member of that family, whether or not they are working senior royals. They are working on behalf of all humanity, And then, yes, they are creating the financial security for the future of their family. So next time someone decides to explain to me who they are and why I shouldn't, and oh, they left that behind and they've moved on for that, let them say that. Let them determine that. That's not our place to do that. That is not our place to do that. If you run into them at the Piggly Wiggly or at the Starbucks or the Pick and Save or wherever you run into them, at that particular moment, then you can say, hey, Meghan, hey, Harry, or you can say, Your Highness, or whatever you want to say. But I'm just going to say Madam Duchess or Prince Harry, because that's how I feel about it. As for the rest of you, do as your spirit tells you. Now, I got to go because I'm going to go buy me a bullhorn because and some cardboard and a big marker so that I can make some signs for the visit from so I can make all of the things I need to make my feelings known when that other couple show up next year. So I'm just saying. You know what? I thought I was through, but I'm adding a little bit more to this. How much more does Harry have to lose? Harry has lost his mother. She lost her HRH title, and that was a disaster. That is his birthright. Harry fought for his country. He was a soldier for 10 years. And that also is the reason why his security is paramount, because he has been targeted before and may still be targeted. Maybe even that includes his family. Not only from that, but also from the derangers. There are people whose mental state is fragile enough. We realized that when the Duchess was pregnant. How much more does he have to lose? If those royal titles lend any type of security or safety to them, if those titles afford enough security where they can live safely, I am all for their titles. I just want to add that because I thought I was through talking, but I'm just really sick of this back and forth about it. Do you hear me? Sick! Leave the Sussexes alone. Let them Sussex. Let the Sussexes Sussex. I just made that up. But yeah, I just wanted to get this off my chest. If you're still listening, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and share. And also, I have been trying to catch up to the comments. So please leave a comment so that we can share our thoughts about this. But I'm just sorry to drum on about this, but I think there's been like a lot of confusion about that. And one thing I love about this letter, it makes it very clear that they are not using their titles for commerce as agreed when they left senior royal duty, but they are still His and Her Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. That's it. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section where you can find links to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex.